Hi, so this is a demonstration of the BlocTrace application. Essentially what this application is it's a supply management tool specifically for the hardware electronics industry, but can be applied more broadly to various other industries. Essentially, what this tool does is it allows us to better track on-chain how products go from the raw materials to their final destination. And so the main goal of this is to minimize fraud and minimize the reduce of risk that's happening as our supply chains become more and more fragmented. Having worked in the hardware electronics industry, we had this issue where we're building products and we're sourcing components. We wouldn't know whether they were coming from the actual OEM or whether they were just a knockoff that was being produced. And that's really important when you're trying to ensure that you're building high quality products. So our supply chain system is built for four different types of customers. So there's the OEMs who are producing the chips and the semiconductors, things like that. Then there's the shippers who are the next part in the supply chain. So, when they're shipping their products from the OEMs, they will use specific shippers to go to either retailers or specific product manufacturers or product makers that are making cars or, even building computers like Raspberry Pis and things like that. Uh, so the way that it works and what I've built so far is just the OEM user flow. So an OEM will create an account with BlocTrace and they will sign up all of their shippers and the couriers that they have on their supply chain. And then what they'll do is they'll register their account with us by minting an NFT. So right now, the way that I've set it up, basically they'll just apply for the verification and they'll automatically mint the NFT and it will get sent to their wallet. But ideally, there'd be a step in that process where we can KYC them or even longer term find a more decentralized way of being able to KYC customers without having to have a middleman in between. Uh, so once they've been verified, what they'll be able to do is they'll be able to register their new products and batches of products that they're producing. And then from there, when they ship these products, they'll actually update the manifest on our dashboard and uh, send it to the wallet and mint these tokens, these ERC1155 tokens, which represent each item within the batch, and transfer that to the specific shipper's account. And so when the shipper receives it, then they will also, do the transfer over to the next account that has it, that where the product's going to. So the next part of it is also just, the product makers can then, take this information and they can use that on their bill of materials to verify that they've received these actual goods and they're legitimate products from these manufacturers. And then the final step is also just allowing uh, product makers, and the OEMs to basically update the blockchain with new components as they or changes to existing ones as they reach end of life, or products don't make it all the way through the supply chain, that kind of thing. So uh, like I said, I've only focused on the OEM side, but there is some functionality that I'm looking to build for couriers, shippers, and product makers and retailers. But let's log in. Actually, I was already connected, so let me just get started. So we'll create an account, and I'll sign up with my MetaMask. So my account here is unverified, and I haven't got any information around the business yet. So let me just update. Let's just create a new business name, and just give it a random number. And I'll say I'm an OEM, and I'll just use my email address. So my account information has been updated on our database. So new business. So this is my account that I've created here. Now we can apply for verification, and so in doing so, we'll be transacting over the blockchain, over the Avalanche chain, and it's just verifying as it's minting. So you can see the account's been verified and the contract's been minted. Uh, just a little slow on the RPC that I've got here. Yep, so the contract's been minted. So now if we go to the Block Explorer, yep, we can see that I've minted one BTO NFT, which is showing that I'm now a verified account on the BlocTrace platform. So when we go to the dashboard, yep, so I've got a new business here. I think I might have previously connected this account, which is why it's showing that I've got some verified careers and batches produced. But essentially what I can do is I can, go back to manage my account. I can also add shippers if I want to create batches and manage batches. So if I want to add a shipper, let me just say, yeah, new shipper. And then for now, let me just use one of the other wallets I have here as the wallet address. And just go to region. All right, so now this new shipper has been added. So if I go into shippers, yeah, BlocTrace new shipper, so that's been added to our database. And so what now we can do is let's create a batch. So I'm going to call this batch. I'll give this batch ID. Let's give it ID 2009. And we'll just do 15. And the batch description is chips, product name, let's call it Raspberry Pi, and just give it random product ID. So now when I create this batch, what it's doing is it's creating a new instance of this ERC1155 token, which is why the gas cost is a little bit more. And so each items within this batch that I will be minting, I'll be transferring to the next person within the supply chain. So yep, so that's been successful. And if I go onto the Block Explorer, yep, we can see that I've created the new instance of this. I've deployed a new instance of this contract. Now we can go to manage batches. So the ID of the new batch is here. And then I've also got my shippers so that I've added. I previously added another one, but now I've got this one here as well. So this is all the information about it. Right now it's unassigned. The shipping status is unassigned, and so it hasn't been assigned to anyone. So if we go ahead and assign it, what we'll do is we'll be minting 15 of these tokens, ERC1155 tokens, and then sending them to the shipper that we've just assigned and the wallet address that we've assigned to. Yep, so you can see it's been minted. And now you can see it says batch assigned, and now it's been assigned to the new BlocTrace shipper. And the status has been assigned. So what we can do is let's have a look at this on chain. So you can see I've minted 15 tokens, and I've minted it to this address. So if you remember, this address here is actually the address of this account. So if I just paste that in here, you can see that's the account. So that's who we've sent this to.